Welcome back to Raider Radio. On today's episode, we will be having a teacher Q&A and also talking about the levy.
Welcome back to Raider Radio Show with your host, Beverly,
Hope,
and Jared.
So today I have a few questions for some teachers here, just about like Gen Z and trends and things going on at our school. But first, I want to take a second to talk about the levy that just recently got a vote no on.
Yeah, I've been seeing that lately on social media and stuff like that. So like, I feel like we actually should have said yes on that levy because schools actually need the funding to try to like do more stuff for kids. I feel like it's a lot that's being done for kids, but I feel like it could be more, like, you know, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, and with that, like, we're going to have a lot of stuff taken away. Like, it's not just us not getting anything. It's going to be, like, stuff being taken away, like sports, social workers, counselors, things like that we actually really need. Like, our social workers are honestly, like, the glue of our school. So is sports.
What? Miss Destiny.
Yeah, I would say just guidance counselors. I know our staffing would be lower, and that would be difficult, especially with some teachers losing their grading period and all that kind of stuff, and especially with clubs not being able to function. It's also going to be hard for kids who look forward to hang out with their friends after school and like in clubs or things like that.
Yeah, so we just wanted to say, make sure if you're 18, make sure that you vote.
Please
in
vote.
May. Vote yes on the levy.
Yes, because we need the money bad.
Yes.
Also, don't take away our after-school activities.
Please.
Please.
Okay, so moving on to our questions. The first question I have is from Miss Towns, and she's asked if we still say things like "true that" and "that's dope," things like
True
that.
True that. Nah.
Yeah, I definitely think that we do.
I think so, but like not a lot of people. Like me personally, I don't say that. Like I'd be like, no cap, or like, yeah, like I don't know. It's like I won't say true that or that's dope. I feel like I haven't heard that in a while.
I don't know. I've heard a few people say that's dope. I feel like people don't say it that often, but I mean, like, people do still say that.
That's cool. It's like a thing. Like, it's cool, but like that's dope.
Okay, the next question that I have is, how does social media influence how you and your peers view the world?
Alright, so social media is like, I feel like that's a big part on like how a lot of people view the world, because like they feel like they gotta live up to social media standards, like they gotta be like this person on social media or something like that. And I feel like that's a bad thing, but at the same time, like some people can take that as motivation too, so it's like you never know. Social media can be like a good thing and a bad thing. It can be informative, and then it can be like bad news or something like that. You never know.
Yeah, I think it definitely depends on like your trust levels, because there's a lot of like misinformation spread, but there is a lot of like true things that we need to know. And like I learn a lot from social media, honestly. Not sure if all of it is true, but I do learn a lot. And another thing is like with girls, especially with like us comparing ourselves to other girls online, even though all this stuff is fake, like it's not good for our mental health sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like social media can also twist the truth or like the news outlets out there. So I feel like we just have to be careful where we get our news from, and also just like kind of hope said not fall into the trap of comparison, because it's important to know that not everyone's life, like their life might look perfect on screen, it doesn't mean it's perfect off screen. So I just think we have to be mindful of that. You know, we should love ourselves the way we are and not feel obligated to compare ourselves to one another.
Yeah.
But instead lift each other up.
Mm-hmm.
Comparison is the thief of joy.
No cap.
Okay, next question. What fashion trends are most popular here?
I wore the Ed Hardy today. Yeah.
We've been having a conversation about how I haven't seen any Ed Hardy, but they have.
Care.
So
it's Ed Hardy. Like
I had to prove a point.
Yes, I did. But yes, Ed Hardy. Let's see. What else? it's cold outside, but jorts, puffer coat, ski mask, them YNs.
I feel like the long jeans, like the straight-legged jeans, and the like flare jeans, and just like kind of like bringing back like the 90s and 80s kind of style.
A lot of vintage stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like our style is definitely very diverse here. Like, you see people wearing a lot of different things. Like, I feel like there isn't just one thing specifically. Like, there's things that's popular, like stuff that they just said, but you could really find anything here, honestly.
That's what I'm saying. You'll see Asics, Skechers, Jordans. Then you will see some Jesus sandals.
Next question. What influencers are everyone talking about right now?
I do not know. But I watch Casanet and Drewski. They funny. They're actually funny.
Yeah, I feel like everybody has been watching Kaisenet. I don't know. I can't really think of any, like, TikTokers.
Everybody's been watching Hope on TikTok.
Hope?
Hope Taylor.
I hope you guys are watching us on YouTube.
Yeah. You can watch us.
Are we influencers?
Cool. Can
Do we
make a
count as
TikTok?
influencers?
I would say so.
Okay.
Let's make a TikTok.
Yeah, but to answer the question, I feel like I don't know a lot of like trending influencers that everyone knows, but personally for me, I know a lot of Christian influencers I like to follow that are really positive. So that's kind of like more where I lead towards, but I don't really know any other.
Can you say so?
Some that I know is Ashley Heatherton, Alios, Emmy Moore. Who else is there that I know of? Joe the Christian guy. Ariel Fitzpatrick, but she's really funny. That's all the ones that comes to my mind.
Okay, next question. Are there any misconceptions you think adults have on Gen Z or people our age?
One misconception that they might have on us is like we're not the same. Like we are all not the same. Also, I feel like another misconception is that like we're lazy and we procrastinate a lot. But like you got to get to know us and like it's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, I feel like mental health is a big one because I know like our parents, like they didn't really talk about mental health a lot when they were kids, and it wasn't really like looked at as much. But now for us, like especially with social media being in place and like we interact off of our phones, so there's like so many things that go into it, and like mental health is a really big thing now, and I feel like some parents just don't take it serious enough. What knowledge or skills do you think are important for success in the future?
A strong work ethic. I think for people to really like do your own work, but also show up every day even though you don't feel like it, and just really work hard at everything you do, because if you can have a strong work ethic, then you can be able to succeed to whatever you put your mind to. So a strong work ethic.
All right, so it's really what Beverly said. You got to be consistent, focused, and then you got to put you got to give it your all. You can't do anything. Also, you got to prepare. Like the proper preparation, they prevent poor performance. So I feel like if you prepare yourself for what you're finna do, you're not gonna perform poorly, and then you're gonna succeed in whatever you do.
Okay, I have one last thing. This is from Miss Policino, and it's just a little note that she wants to say to her students. She says, "I'm so proud of how hard I see my students working. They want to do well, and it shows in their grades and behavior. I'm very grateful to be here and be a teacher at Livingston." So thank you, Miss Policino, for that.
But guys, thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on the post notifications. And don't forget to share this with a friend.
Hold on. You gotta watch the last video. Like, we're gonna keep saying it. You gotta go back to watch the last video. Tune in. Bye.
Yes, in the next episode. Okay, bye guys.
Bye.
Stay tuned for next week's episode for our final episode of the season.